So, this finally comes to an end, guys. So, everybody was curious, when is this contract going to get over? And we finally got our answer today. So, this contract to me is, this is a bargain. Hear me out on why this is a bargain. Okay, so the market value for quarterbacks is insane. So, it doesn't matter. You have to keep your quarterback. It's a quarterback-driven league. If you got a quarterback, you got to pay the guy. So the reason why this is a bargain is because he wasn't asking for Dak Prescott type contract, which is $60 million. He wasn't getting anywhere close to Josh Allen money, so he took less than $55 million. So he took less. His contract average is $53 million a year. Come on, guys. If you guys are upset about that contract, then I don't know what is, bro. Y'all shouldn't be upset about this. Y'all should be happy the fact that we got our quarterback paid. Bro, it's not like he was asking for a lot. I mean, the only thing he was going to get was less than what he was asking. Originally, he was asking for $55 million from his agent, and he took less. So what does that tell you? If he was taking $60 million, then yeah, maybe that's a little too much. But, dude, this is a bargain. This is something that y'all should be excited about. This ain't going to hurt our cap space. Like, really, guys? You really think this is going to hurt our cap space? We got some other players that we're getting off the contracts of. So next year, we're going to have better contracts and all that other stuff. So a lot of things are looking bright, man. So the contract to me is just... It's not like we're going to suffer, man. Some teams suffer with these contracts. You're going to see it with the Cowboys. They're suffering with Dak Prescott. You're seeing it with Jacksonville, possibly with Trevor Lawrence, and possibly the Bengals. But at least you're keeping your talent around you. The one thing the Niners are doing great this offseason is they're getting these contracts done with, you know. They're getting on point. Because the previous years, we would drag on these contracts until like training camp or possibly before the regular season, which is something we should never do. But you know what? Now that I see that this approach is different, they did everything exactly what we wanted them to do. We wanted this contract done as soon as possible, and it already fulfilled that. So you guys can't complain about that. As a 49ers fan, you should be ecstatic at the fact that we got our quarterback long term. We don't have to worry about quarterbacks going forward. A lot of you Niner fans are just going to have to accept the fact that he's our guy. Even if you don't like Brock Purdy, you got to accept the fact this is our quarterback, bro. We win and lose with this guy. And a lot of people keep saying he doesn't deserve the elite dollars. He's not in that same conversation those other guys. Dude, he took us to the damn NFC Championship game and Super Bowl, for God's sakes. He took this team. And a lot of you guys are going to come up with the lame excuse and say, well, Jimmy Garoppolo did the same shit. Well, the difference between him and Jimmy Garoppolo is at least Brock Purdy took us with more in this offense, bro. He elevated us. Like, I can't say much about Jimmy Garoppolo. Jimmy Garoppolo was more of a game manager. At least with Brock Purdy, he can elevate you. At least with Brock Purdy, he can move and do all kinds of stuff. So the comparison between those two is just irrelevant to me. Like, you see a different kind of quarterback. You see a guy who can throw the ball quicker. You see a guy who can move. You see a guy that's just very smart. He doesn't take stupid mistakes. He does what he needs to do to win ball games, and that's what matters. So I think when you look at it this way, you're not really hurting your team with this contract. This is a team-friendly contract from the looks of it. Because honestly, it's $53 million per year. But you know you can actually restructure those contracts, bro, so it's not really going to hurt Brock Purdy. But a lot of you guys just don't understand how contracts work. But this team is going to be contending for a while. And I know a lot of you guys are saying, no, we're not because we're getting rid of some guys. No, that's not the case. You got players who underperform and weren't worth to keep around, so you're going to start young and keep this team contending. Now that you got your quarterback taken care of long term, now you can focus on the big fishes and get some other key talent. So quarterback position will be the least of our concerns. Now going forward, He gets to build chemistry with the wide receivers like Ricky Pearsall, Juwan Jennings, Brandon Ayuk, and so on, bro. He gets to build that commodity with the team. So he gets to stick around for a long time. So he's going to be a leader for many years to come. So that's all I got to say, man. It is what